You're running hard, but you're going nowhere. Why working harder isn't the answer. 12 years. That's how long we've been helping auto repair shop owners to get unstuck and start making progress in their auto repair shop. And in all that time, I've never met a lazy mechanic. Not one. Every mechanic I've ever met is working hard. Every auto repair shop owner we've ever worked with is working hard. They've got full days, they've got dirty hands, they're absolutely doing their best. So why does the diff job still sit on your hoist at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Why does the service advisor look like they're on the phone non-stop, but your bookings are dropping? And why are you working 6 or 7 days a week, 60 to 70 hours in a week, but you haven't paid yourself properly in 3 months? You probably think the answer is to push through or to push harder. Maybe it's to dig deeper. But pushing harder is the reason why this keeps happening. In a moment, I'm going to show you the specific reason for that, and it's not what you think. Before I get into that, I'm going to show you, before I go and show you what's actually pulling you in two directions at once, and how to take the brake off, I want to let you know we've got a free resource that you can get at the end of this episode. It's called 5 Steps to Being a Better Boss. The link is in the description box. Come back to it at the end of today. Let's get into the model. Now, every owner and every team member is operating on two pedals at the same time. Let's call them the accelerator and the brake, right? The accelerator for you is what you're running towards, right? It's your goals, it's your dreams, it's the vision you had when you went into business for yourself on day one about the kind of life you want to lead, the kind of wealth you want to extract, and the kind of experiences you want to have with your family and your friends. More of the things you want to do with the people you love the most, right? Essentially, the accelerator is it's the pedal you push on. It's what you're working for in your auto repair business. But on the other side, we've got the brake. These are the things that you're running away from. It's the pain, the frustration, the fear that you feel when you think it's never going to get better, it's not going to work out, and worse still, you might have to close the doors. And of course, we all know what the real fear there is that all the people that didn't think you'd be able to do it when you started are suddenly going to be proved right. That absolutely sucks, right? So what is that pain, that frustration, that fear? It's the cash crunch. It's the phone that never stops ringing. It's the difficult conversation you've either got to have with a team member, with your accountant, maybe with your spouse, but you just keep putting it off. You keep cancelling it, or you keep avoiding it. And essentially, the break in your business are all the things that you're hiding from. You're trying not to do. Now, every mechanic in the world, they know what happens when you push the accelerator and the brake at the same time. The engine screams, you burn a stack of fuel, the brake pads start to smoke, the transmission gets hot, but the car doesn't move. Maybe you're about to say, well, I can make it move, but you make it move in a circle. So it might feel like progress. Heck, it might even seem like fun, but all that happens is you're going around in circles, and beneath you is a dirty, oily, smoking mess. So many auto repair shop owners are running that kind of business. But here's the thing, right? That's not laziness, and it's not lack of effort. That car, when you push the accelerator and the brake, that car is working its guts out. Simply, it's going nowhere. You probably know the feeling, right? Because that's your business. That's what's happening right now. It's not because you're not working hard, right? You've got your goals, you've got your dream, you've got your vision, you're working for something, you're probably working harder than most people that are watching this, right? So the problem isn't effort. The problem is that you've got a foot on both pedals. While you're working towards something, you're also running away from something else, right? Maybe you want growth, but you're avoiding the financial review, the weekly meeting where you track your numbers that would actually show you where your money's going. Maybe you want a team that runs itself, but you're avoiding the difficult conversation with that underperforming mechanic who's kind of got you over a barrel. Like maybe you want more freedom, but you're the one that's answering every phone call because the thought of letting one slip through is worse than the exhaustion of taking it and booking in another job for a customer who says their car is your biggest priority and the biggest emergency you've got to do right now. So the first job that I want you to take from this episode is to look in the mirror. It's to pick up a pen, right? And write down under here in this accelerator section, right now, what are you working for? Right? And be specific. Don't just write down, oh, better business, or more money. Like, what exactly is it that you're working towards? Is it to take 4 weeks off with the family in the caravan and not take a single call from your workshop? You might think that'll never happen. I could give you dozens of examples where that has happened. Maybe it's it's not just to make more money. Maybe it's to add $50,000 of pure profit to your bottom line over the next 12 months. If that was your goal again, you might be thinking, I could never do that. Could give you hundreds of examples where that's exactly what's happened, right? Then, need you to write down here, like, what are you hiding from? What are you avoiding? Right? What have you been dodging for the last 3 months, the last 6 months, the last year, that if you went in and addressed, would close the gaps, fill the holes in your business, and you actually start to see your business bucket, your money bucket, full up. Maybe it's your time bucket, maybe it's your energy bucket, but essentially you would have more to use. If what you're working for and what you're hiding from are going in different directions, like the green arrow and the red arrow here, if they're going in different directions, that's the reason you're stuck. They're two opposing forces, they're working against each other, right? Things are moving, but the net result is no progress, but there is a lot of friction, a lot of tension, and that, of course, can create a lot of conflict. But you don't have a hard work problem. You've got what we call the two-pedal problem. This model helps you to spot what's been pulling you in two different directions at once, right? On the second model here, we're going to apply that to your team member. But remember that free resource I spoke about at the start of the chapter? The 5 steps to being a better boss. Before you can lead one of your team members out of this pattern, you need to be able to spot it in yourself. And you've got to lead yourself out of it first. And that's what this free resource, 5 steps to being a better boss, is going to help you to do. The link is in the description box below. Click it at the end of this episode, download it, read it before your next team meeting, before your next hard conversation. Read it over the weekend when you get a moment to catch your breath. And take something from that that's going to help you lead your team better. Let's look at the next model and how this plays to your team. If you're reading this at your workshop, look out the window, look around you. If you're reading it at home, think about your team right now, okay? But pick one mechanic, pick one team member, the one that you've been most frustrated with, right? The one who seems to be flat out every day, but you need to talk to them because the hard job still isn't getting out the door, right? And let's run the same diagnostic on them First of all, let's ask for this team member, like, what's he running towards? Do they want to be the lead tech? I shouldn't assume it's a he. Do they want to be the lead tech, right? Are they working to buy a home for themselves or with their partner, right? Are they wanting to go overseas, traveling, right? Think about what are they doing to move forward in life? What are they working for? And then let's contrast that with, well, what are they avoiding though? What are they running away from? Maybe it's the hard diagnostic issue on a big job, right? They just keep putting it off. Maybe it's a tough customer that they've got to call and report, fairly significant and serious finding on that job, right? But they're not picking up the phone and they're not dialing, they're not discussing what they've just found because the customer's a bit prickly, right? Or maybe they're avoiding the conversation they need to have with you about their key performance indicators, how their productivity is low, their efficiency is slipping, they're not selling enough hours across a day, their average repair order is dropping, whatever it is, right? What is it that they're avoiding? And look at those two arrows. If they're pointing in opposite directions, we've got the same problem here, right? They're unproductive. Busy all day, but the hard jobs keep getting done. But if we swap this, right, and instead of running away from it, the tech was running towards it, they were getting in and doing that hard diagnosis, they were picking up the phone and having that difficult conversation, or they were coming to you asking how they were tracking against KPIs, well, totally different team member, right? He's pulling toward the good work, moving away from the slack work, and the arrows reinforce each other. They're going in the same direction, right? When it's like that, arrows in different directions, they're not lazy. They've just got they've just got a foot on each pedal. Lots of smoke, lots of screaming, lots of skidding, but very little progress forward. The goal is in aligning the arrows, helping yourself and your team work towards what you want by working on the things you've been avoiding. That's how we create great momentum, right? And it's the move that changes your leadership, because before today, when a mechanic wasn't productive, but looked busy, you had two options: either call them lazy or assume they weren't trying hard enough. But now you got a third option, right? You can actually ask them, well, what are you running toward right now? And what are you running away from? What are you avoiding? That way you're not accusing them of anything. You're actually diagnosing a gap in their performance. And once that gap is named, then together you can actually do something about it. And that is genuine leadership. The same applies for yourself. Often it's difficult to have this conversation with ourselves. We're not objective enough. We're not honest enough. And even if we work out there's gaps for ourselves, we don't keep ourselves accountable enough for doing what needs to be done, especially when we've been avoiding those things for so long. So here's the anchor, right? You're not stuck because you're not working hard enough. You're stuck because you're pushing on both pedals at the same time. You're hitting the accelerator and you're hitting the brake. And when you continue to do that, it just burns more fuel, which means you're getting closer to burning out, breaking down, or blowing up exactly the same way that a car would act if you were hitting the accelerator and the brake as hard as you could at the same time. So there's 3 questions to help you apply all of this back into your workshop, right? Question 1 is, what are you running towards right now, right? What's the accelerator you want to hit a little harder? And as we said, be specific, not just a better business, name it. Name it. Not even like I want to work less, like is it 40 hours a week? Is it 200,000 you want in the bank? Is it a quality mechanic you can trust? Make it specific and name the thing. The second question to ask, right, is what are you running away from right now? Name the thing that you've been ducking around, dodging from, or plain and simply just not doing. You're avoiding it. Maybe it's the Friday finance meeting that you keep skipping. Maybe it's that tough conversation with a difficult technician that you should have had last month. Maybe it's the price increase you kind of need because you haven't done it for a few years, but you keep saying it, I'll do it next quarter, or I'll do it at the start of the financial year. And then 3, pick one team member and run all the same questions on them, right? What are they running toward? What are they running from? And if those 2 things are pulling in the same direction or if they're fighting each other, work out where the friction is coming from, create the alignment, and watch their performance skyrocket. Because pushing harder isn't the answer. Getting more aligned is. Because you don't need more fuel, you simply need more momentum, more forward progress, more forward motion. And you're not stuck from working too little. You're stuck from working against yourself. As I said at the start, I've never met a lazy mechanic ever. And every mechanic watching this knows what a car looks like 10 minutes after you've been driving with both feet, pushing both pedals. There's smoke pouring off the pads. The clutch is probably slipping. The engine is cooked or nearly cooked. And if the owner of that car came into your workshop, you'd diagnose it in about 30 seconds. The reality is you've probably been driving your business the same way. And now, from what we've shared today, you can't unsee that. So it's time to take your foot off the brake, right? Now, if this episode has you thinking differently about your business and you'd like to find out a little more about how we help auto repair shop owners pick a pedal to push on, the accelerator or the brake, but never both, then click the links below in the description box and you can read a little bit more about what we do. There's no pressure, there's no sales calls, there's just some clear information to help you decide if now is the right time and we might be the right fit to help you and your auto repair shop. I'll see you on the next episode of the A-Grade Auto Repair Shop Show.